Welcome to Hope with Jonathan. I'm your host, Jonathan Traylor. Guys, listen, tonight we have an excellent show for you. All the way from Ohio, we have Crawford Wall, a kidney warrior in need of a living kidney donor. And tonight, guys, he's on our show, on our podcast, and we want to feature him and let him come on and share his incredible battle with kidney disease and doing dialysis treatments and much more. Also, guys, we have a special co-host coming to you, the founder of Kidney Care Coaches, kidney transplant recipient Tafaro Cook, coming on our show tonight to help co-host with me with Crawford Wall. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and welcome on Tafaro, our special co-host. And so welcome to the show. Welcome to Hope with Jonathan, Tafaro Cook. What's going on, Tafaro?
Hey, Jonathan, thank you for having me, man. It's a really going to be a pleasure working with you tonight, co-hosting and guest hosting, I should say, and hearing my dude Crawford Wall's story, man. Let me just give you a background of who I am. I'm Tafaro Cook. I'm two-time kidney transplant recipient and founder of Kidney Care Coaches, where we coach people with stage 3 to stage 5 kidney disease. If you or you know someone who needs coaching with their challenges with kidney disease, hit us up at kidneycarecoaches.com.
Absolutely. And Tafaro has an incredible story as well with his battle with kidney disease and transplant. You're a two-time kidney transplant recipient, am I
Yeah,
correct? Yeah.
that's correct.
And the one of the are both of your transplants by the same surgeon that did the pig kidney?
No, the last one was by Dr. Montgomery, who did the xenotransplant pig kidney at NYU University. Yep,
Yeah.
hospital. Hmm.
Yeah. And you also have a documentary talking about your transplant, which is really an awesome documentary.
Yeah, thank you, man. National Geographic followed me for over 60 days in the hospital while I received my incompatible transplant. It was the sixth one ever done in the world, so that was big, man.
That's incredible, and you're
Yeah.
doing incredible things now with a Second Chance podcast with Philip Harris Jones Jr. And so you
Uh,
guys are doing podcasting, much like what I'm doing, sharing stories of kidney warriors and people who've overcome incredible adversities in life and winning. So great stuff.
Yeah, man. We've been doing our big things, man. I want to shout out to Phil. You know, today he's supposed to be getting out the hospital, so he's at I believe Cedar Sinai. So Phil, if you're watching this, man, much love to you, brother, and I hope you feel better, man. That's my road dog for sure.
Absolutely, man. I've been worried about Phil too, and so all I know what to do is pray and pray for Phil, and we just hope that everything's working out for the good, and it sounds like he's getting stronger. Hopefully, he got to go home this afternoon or maybe this evening.
Right. I hope so. I'll find out tonight, and I'll hit you up and let you know for sure.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about our guest tonight before we bring him on. So you guys already kind of knew each other, and you'd reached out to me and wanted to bring him on the show and co-host with me. So why don't you tell us how you guys met?
Well, Crawford Wall's an exceptional dude, man. This dude is he's an amazing guy, man. I met him when I was personal training in Columbus, Ohio, and he came to me because he was working with other trainers and they didn't understand about being on dialysis and exercising. And mind you, I kind of specialize in people who are on dialysis and helping them lose weight and helping them get stronger while they're on dialysis. How I know about that is I used to own my own fitness studio when I was on dialysis, and I started, having people exercise and train, and they got results while they were on dialysis. So that's when I met him, and I found out he was a wonderful dude, man. And then again, we reconvened our relationship and everything. He started working with kidney care coaches, and he's off to amazing start doing great things, man. This dude is an exceptional dude, man, for sure.
Absolutely. Now, I've talked with him over the phone. I had actually called him and reached out to him, and the more I got to talking with him, I was like, yeah, I got to get him on the podcast because he sounds like a really incredible guy. And
Yeah,
all stories of kidney warriors and chronic illness patients are incredible, but in each one, some of them have similarities, but each one are one of their own. And
right.
and each one I always learn something different that maybe I didn't go through or maybe I didn't face. So, but listen, we want to go ahead and bring him on and feature him and let him bring his incredible story and journey with us.
Mhm.
And so we're going to get him on the show. Let's welcome to the show Crawford Wall.
All right.
Everybody shake it, baby.
What's going on, Crawford?
Hey, what's up, guys? How y'all doing?
All right.
Doing well, doing well.
Man, I didn't know I was gonna have no theme music, man. I would have prepared something, But maybe next time. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, we want to we try to make our warriors that come on the show feel special, man, and welcome to the show, and we want to feature you. So it's all about you tonight, Crawford.
All right. I can do that. I can do that.
Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself, Crawford?
Well, my name is Crawford Wall, and I'm living here in Columbus, Ohio, and I'm 55 years old. And I've been dealing with the kidney disease for a while. I've been doing dialysis going on about 5 years now. And I've learned a lot. It can be pretty challenging. But before we get any further, I just want to, shout out to Farrell right quick. Earlier we was talking about his training when he did his introductory. But I just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you do want his services and you sign up with him, be prepared to run through a wall. That's all I got to say. All right. All right. I know that's what he's trying to get me to do, but I'm just holding off right now. But this dude is working me like when I get that call about a transplant, whether it's a living donor or not, I'm going to walk into the operating room and be like, look, I got prepped in the car. So we'll go and get this started. So I just want y'all to know that right now, okay?
So you're
So
saying he lights a fire underneath you, huh?
that's the kind of dude he is. So, and that's a good thing. And I was fortunate enough to link up with Tafaro. He pretty much changed my whole mindset. Being on dialysis for 5 years, when I first started, you know, I knew there was somebody out there that thought the way I thought. And, you walk into the center and it's like people seem like that's just it. This is dialysis. You walk in any other center or any doctor's office, you got posters on the wall about different type of medicine, different types of diets to do. But you walk into a dialysis center, ain't nothing about getting off dialysis. So
Mm.
I was like, I'm in a different situation right now. So I got to figure out how to navigate through this. And so
Right.
being on dialysis and with the kidney failure, I mean, it's been difficult, but it's more of a mental challenge for me because I'm always thinking about, the stuff that I got to do, the energy that I need to save for other people. I mean, I have, close friends that are like family to me they may not think it, but, I got to know I got to be there for them when something happens, even though we don't, verbalize it a lot. I got to, a brother's been in and out of the hospital for last year with colon problems. So I've been dealing with that. I got a sister. I have to make sure she's okay. Um, I've got close friends that have, lost their loved ones during COVID, been diagnosed with MS, with different type of cancers. So um, it's more for them than it is for me because the way I look at it is every day we wake up, we're like one day farther away from being perfect. So stuff's going to happen.
Right.
But
Right.
the way you react to it, that's the problem.
Yes,
So,
sir.
if I'm, wallowing in my sorrow or woe is me, you won't get nowhere like that. You won't get well. Nothing good is going to come out of that. So, by me focusing on other people, it's a natural thing. Um, that just helps me. And I'm pretty overwhelmed about, just all the support that I have. Man, my support circle is crazy. It's like, I never, it's just overwhelming. I didn't know that I was that loved, but I am. So I appreciate that.
Yes, support, man, is crucial when you're battling a chronic illness like kidney disease and kidney failure, man. It's you got to have it. I don't know how people battle situations like this alone. So yeah, support is definitely important.
Yeah. And when you talk about the alone part, man, when Tafaro, we was talking about, doing a podcast, telling my story, I was like, man, I'm just like any other dude, He'd be like, no, you got a story, you need to, stand in and sit it and tell it. And because he knew about, some of the stuff I was going through, helping out, my brother and other people. But he also knew that, like, with COVID, when we had to stay at home, that being at home kind of exposed, let's just say, some extracurricular activities of my wife. So I've been going through a divorce, and that's it had been difficult. It just really opened my eyes to who's riding with you, who's not, and it's cool. People meet people. That's just how it is. But you can get through that. I like myself, so I don't mind being by myself. But it's different being by yourself and being alone. But I'm I'm not alone. I got so many people that check on me, and it's like if I don't let them check on me, then they get kind of aggravated. So I have to let them do it. So it's
Yeah. Yeah.
all about that love. So
I think it's his personality, man. One thing I could say about Wall is, when I'm working with him and I find out, he's a caretaker also. And I was like, with all my experience, on dialysis in the transplant world and things like that, I had never seen anybody who was on dialysis and also taking care of other people. Now that blew me away,
Yeah,
and
that
he's
speaks
doing that.
volumes.
Yeah, that's major, man. I'm talking to him about his health, and he's like, "Okay, man, I got to go check on my brother." There was sometimes I was checking on him, and he was at the hospital for somebody else. And so that's amazing. While you're going through a challenge that the one of the biggest challenges in the world, you have no kidneys working, and you have the power and the strength to look after somebody else, man. That's a phenomenal person to me that who can even attempt to do something like that. And that's where this guy's strength, his inner strength, is phenomenal, and that's it speaks volume for who he is as a person.
Absolutely. That sounds a lot like Phil. Phil does, kind of the same thing. He's a kidney warrior who needs a kidney, but he's got a podcast that he's featuring,
Right.
kidney warriors. And so, yeah, Crawford doing things like that, man. You have an awesome character, especially battling personal, issues, such as you say you're going through a divorce, and then you're also battling kidney disease at the same time, and kidney failure, and doing dialysis. So obviously, man, you got a really strong character.
I try. Hey, but I just want to say, I checked out some of your story too about how you got your wife on board and to help you through your journey. Give her a hug, bro. That's all I got to say. Give her a
Right.
hug.
When you get a good one, man, you got to keep them close to you, man. That's how it works, man. That's why I got to give my wife a hug too, because
Yeah,
she's a ride and die. She helps me out with a lot of things. She might give me a little grief here and there, but she will always pull through for me, man. And that's really appreciative. So the
yeah,
women in your life, you got to give love to, and if they ain't serving you in the right way and you ain't serving them, hey, you got to go and get you another one. That's how it works, also too.
I don't know about another.
yeah. Crawford, man, I owe my wife for two lifetimes, man, because she took the oath to a whole nother level and had to do. She's done things that I think she thought she would never have to do, but she did it all with pride, and
Right.
she did it with love, man. And yeah, man, I'm just blessed. I'm a blessed individual. Is all there is to it. I'm just
Oh yeah.
blessed.
That's all right, man. It's like, if they ride with you, then there's nothing you won't ever do for them.
Absolutely. So why don't you talk a little bit about a day in the life of what's it like doing your dialysis routine and what type of dialysis you're doing?
Well, I'm doing the hemodialysis in the center. There's been a lot of talk about bringing that home, doing in-home dialysis, but I need a professional around. If something happened, I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. So um, I still work full time. So I've been fortunate enough the last 2 years to be working from home, so that helps out a lot. But my day starts out like 8 o'clock in the morning, like on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Um, I'm logged on doing work from 8 to about 9:30. Get to the center about 10 to get in my seat, get hooked up, and then log back on so I can continue, working because I do more functional support for my job. So, um, I mean, I have enough room to do what I need to do with my laptop. I got my two needles in my left hand and my left arm and my blood pressure cuff in my right, taking my blood pressure every 30 minutes. I'm doing it. So, um, and I've got to the point where I can tell, where my boundaries are as far as like taking too much fluid off, what to eat, not eat before I get on dialysis machine. Because I've seen people get sick, have accidents, and I was like,
Hmm.
nah, that ain't me. Um,
Yes, sir.
and so I'm on from 10 to about 2:30, 2:45. Go home, finish up my work to about 5:30. Or sometimes I will, if I need to take a break, I just take the break. And since I'm working from home, I can pretty much work, whenever. So as long as I'm caught up by the next day, I'm fine. So
Well, I'm not trying to interrupt you, man, but the fact that you work a job and doing dialysis, man, and all the other stuff I've heard, man, you need a trophy or an award tonight or
Okay, I'm telling you.
because this, I mean, I could tell you when I was on dialysis, man, I just couldn't do it. My body, it just zapped me out completely. I had to come home and just go to bed. I mean, it would just make me sick, and so the fact that you're able to work a job, do dialysis, and everything else that you're going through. I mean, you're an incredible individual. I just want to give you a shout out really quickly.
I appreciate that, but it's pretty much, you just got to do what you got to do until you don't have to do it no more. So, it's me, so I got to do it.
I understand that, but what trips me out about it all, Jonathan, is he does it like like effortless, kind of where you see somebody will complain about these things, and he just does it like it's effortless, like it's just a normal 24-hour day, and just I talk to him. We text weekly, we text several days a week, and we talk weekly. So, and every day I'm talking to him, he goes, "Oh yeah, man, I had to do this and this," and I'm sitting here like overwhelmed of all the things that he just does in a normal day, like it's natural without any kidneys working. And these things are blowing me away. And I've seen a lot of things, but I have never seen anybody with the kind of character that does it, not bragging at all, not just does it as a humble gentleman. This is what we consider a true humble giant that does these things. I know when he gets in this space to help people, people are going to just gravitate towards to him, man. Energy is amazing.
Where does that come from, Crawford? Was that part of maybe how you were raised, or where does that type of character come from?
Yeah, it's pretty much how I was raised. I've been in Ohio for, I don't know, 30 years or so, but I'm originally from North Carolina. And growing up in the South, man, it's just, you just do hard work all the time. And while I'm thinking about it, I want to give a shout out to everybody back in Rockingham, because when I first went public about needing a kidney, man, it was so many people that I went to school with, high school with, and grew up with, that was willing to see if they were a match or not. Even if they were not, they still, just the thought of doing that, it was just amazing. So I've always you know worked hard, working in steel mills. My dad had these gardens when we grew up. I I swear we was like close to sharecroppers, man. It was like, we was always doing something in a garden, or, chopping wood, getting water for the house, feeding chicken, all that stuff. And then when I moved to the city, uh, I ain't throwing no shade, but I could tell the work ethic was a little different. So I didn't have to
Yeah.
work that hard to shine. So it's just normal, man. This is what I do. But I will say this: the guy that you had interviewing a few days ago, the gold medalist guy, I can't remember his name,
Uh huh.
but
Yeah.
when he made the comment that if people knew how many hours or how much time we put in acting like we're okay, man, that just resonated through my whole soul. I mean, down to my toes. I'm like, dude, you just don't know. It's like you got to keep that face, man. Just do it. That's what I do, because I don't think I'm disabled. So I don't want anybody feeling sorry for me. So that's just how it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a mindset that you have to have, You got to train your mind to look, I'm not disabled. I can do things. I can get out here and do things. So what do you say about that, Tafara? What's your thoughts on that?
Again, man, this dude does remarkable things. But you're right about that. Every time, with something, when you were on dialysis and going through that, people always ask you, how you feel, how you doing, and you just say you're fine. And what I did was I noticed I always said I was fine, because I couldn't even tell people how deep and what I was going through. You don't even have a clue of what you're going. Regular people don't have a clue of what you're going through. As far as when I talked to Crawford, I talked to him about things that only someone who was on dialysis knows. Only the true warriors who've been stuck with the needles, had either did peritoneal or hemo, truly know about these things. And we talk about the intimate parts of these things, and we go, man, I know it's crazy. And it's a great thing that I'm blessed that I have been on dialysis, because I can relate to other people who've been on it. Unfortunately, not disrespecting any doctors, because we love them, but the doctors haven't been on this, and they don't know the intricate parts of some of the intimate things that happen to you while you're on dialysis. And I can relate to that. And Crawford and I could talk, and we resonate right with each other because of the similarities of some of the things we've went through. But again, this guy's work ethic is amazing, and energy is just phenomenal, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I could pick up his character just from him talking and everything that you guys have said that he's doing. He's got an amazing character. Um, so I'm talking about you. You're right here in front of me, but I hope you don't mind.
It's all good. I gotta get used to that, so that's okay. It's all right. It's
Yeah,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
I believe in boosting people's ego and sharing positivity. I believe in that. I believe in surrounding yourself with positive people, and you're going through enough alone with kidney failure, so you don't need negativity in your life. Absolutely not. And
Nah,
so I believe in speaking positive things and affirmations and all that stuff. I believe it's a good thing. Absolutely.
right. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's nothing wrong with giving somebody some positive feedback. Just do it. It's just it's easy to find something negative about somebody.
Yeah.
Right,
What
So
right.
what ultimately was the disease that they diagnosed you with that took your kidneys out?
it was years of hypertension and also, playing sports like just eating pain medicine. I didn't know about ibuprofen or even the blood pressure medicine you take, how it just messes with your kidneys and tear them up.
Yeah.
So that's what got me.
Okay. So basically, chronic kidney disease, the effects of hypertension, which is number one is diabetes, and number two is hypertension. And so, you definitely, people that watch the show, we talk about prevention and awareness, and you definitely have to keep, your diabetes under control. You got to keep your hypertension under control because it can definitely, cause kidney failure and kidney disease. And so it's incredible. I mean, that's what happened to me too. My diabetes and hypertension were out of control, and I crashed into dialysis in 2019. Just moments from death, literally. But
I believe it.
I was blessed enough to survive it, and here we are doing podcasts now.
I know.
Right, right.
It's great. And
Wall, let me ask you this though, Wall.
yeah,
What was your first sign of okay, something's going on, something's wrong? Like what was the very first sign that you could tell physically or some or mentally,
um,
whether it was
well, the first notice I got was one day I don't know why I took a day off work, but I did. And my doctor called because I had some blood work done a couple days before, and he called and said that I needed to get to the hospital because he was looking at my lab work and stuff wasn't looking good. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I feel fine. I'm laying here watching Jerry Springer, man. Ain't nothing wrong with me. And so we talked a little bit. He's like, I need to go. And I hit him with, let me think about it. Because I knew, because my mom was on dialysis too. And so I'd always equated dialysis to death, which, that's not the case, but that's what I knew at the time. And so I finally went, and I knew when I went that I wasn't coming out like I went in. And so when I went in, um, my nephrologist was telling me about, I got to get ready for dialysis. And the only thing that physically was like right before that, I did notice like some swelling in my legs. But other than that, just a little bit of shortness of breath. I mean, when I went in, my kidney function was like at 5. And they was, the doctors like, they didn't say how I walked in. I'm just like, that's just how I feel. That's how I do. So, went through the whole surgery, and it's been rolling on dialysis since then, man.
Yeah, swelling. That's what happened to me. I had what they call cankles.
Yes.
I've had those too. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't even put my shoes on, and because of the fact, Crawford, I didn't have much education on kidney disease. The
Mhm.
thought never crossed my mind that I was in kidney failure or I was having kidney problems. because I was still urinating. It wasn't as much looking back.
Right.
It wasn't as much, but I never thought it was kidney disease. And then all of a sudden, boom, I was in full blown, stage 5 ESRD, and I was on dialysis, like, and it seemed like it was like overnight. But
Right.
it's just it can progress so quickly, and each patient's story is always just a little bit different of how things happen to them. But I can definitely sympathize with the swelling, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's like you say, it's just like feel like just overnight, your whole world just changes. But I'm fortunate not to have diabetes. Only thing wrong with me is my kidneys couldn't keep up with me. I'm pretty, other than that, I'm a healthy guy. So I understand that part.
In what ways are you managing your diet? Like, are you pretty strict, like with the renal diet, or how do you manage that? Because in the center and in the doctor's office, they're hitting you with all kind of diet, telling you what to eat, not to eat. So
Right,
how do you
right.
maintain that? How do you do that?
So I'm the type of person like, if you already, 150 pounds skinny cat, you can't say nothing, tell me anything about losing weight because you just skinny. You don't really know. You just got book smart. But when I linked up with Tafaro, this dude, first of all, I don't want to say I didn't believe it, but I was skeptical because I'm like, I ain't gonna be able to lose weight because I can't exercise, I can't drink all the water I need, I can't take all the other supplements, that kind of stuff.
Yep.
And the first thing you found out, after we talked, that I really wasn't eating, and so he got me to eating 2, 3 times a day, and he was like, "Man, you're gonna wake up like in the middle of the night, early in the morning, your stomach's just gonna be burning." He said, "But that's just your body's burning fat." And I'm like, "All right, we'll see." Man, it was about, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks into it, I woke up one day. I don't know what it was, but I'm like, okay, this must be burning all my fat at once because I'm about to die. So once I told him about that, he was all smiles, and then he got me drinking 32 ounces of water a day. I would have never done that because I'm like, once you get those cramps when they find out where your dry weight is, you don't want to do that no more. But he got me regulated and got me from being, body being in an acidic state to alkaline state, and that's when I started losing weight. So I've lost about 22, 23 pounds, and
Awesome.
because this one of the universities, for some reason they had like I was the biggest person in the world and I had to lose all this weight, to
Yeah.
get on that list. So that's what I'm working on now. But between the diet and the workout routine, this dude, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna remake Rocky or something, Rocky beating up the frozen meat and stuff. I'm trying to tell you guys, y'all, Tafaro is he act like he all humble and subdued right now, but man, but it's a good thing though, man, because we share that whole football relationship thing and practice.
Yeah.
You grew up with coaches treat you like that, so that's cool. I appreciate it
Yeah.
though.
That's awesome, man. Exercise was one of the things that was missing from my life my first 40 years. I didn't do so well with that. Okay. I was eating what I wanted, did what I wanted. I was always a big, strong guy. I was always the guy they would call out and say, "Hey, big guy, come over here, big guy."
Right.
And so I was always able to do whatever I wanted, though. It didn't stop me. I could, but that lifestyle of eating what I wanted and no exercise regimen and all those things led me into, diabetes and hypertension, and then ultimately kidney failure. So, man, I had to completely change my mindset. I exercise every day now, and I love it, man. If I don't exercise in some form, almost every day, man, I'm almost bouncing off the walls. Like my body's telling me you need to go for a walk or you need to hit the gym or whatever, And man, I love to exercise now, but it's definitely a mindset. You got to get your mind set that you're going to do it and stay dedicated to it.
Right.
Yeah, Wall has a lot of discipline, man, and he just didn't lose weight, and that's what we talk about. You know,
I
the
forgot. My bad. I'm
nutrition.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, the
sorry.
nutrition we designed, the nutrition we designed. I design plans for people in whatever stage they are in, but the plan is designed for him to just burn fat and maintain his muscle. You know, I have a lot of background in nutrition and exercise, and so what I did, you know, with my almost 12 years on dialysis, I kind of did a lot of trial and error on myself on what worked and what didn't work. And people can contest that I even had people who were on dialysis exercising in the dialysis center. So, and what I did was I used that and quantified the data on how people were working and everything and how what was going on. And I took that data and I researched it and I came up with my own ways of helping people lose just fat on dialysis and maintaining their muscle. And there's a
Wow.
ways you can do it. And I found how to do it. I took 12 years of my life to do it, and I kind of specialize in it now of getting people the healthiest they can be before they get their transplant.
That's
So
awesome. Tafaro, you spent 12 years on dialysis. Am I correct?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely got the experience to back it up. Everything that you're talking about.
Well, I owned my own fitness studio at the same time when I was on dialysis. So
That's
I
right.
was training regular people, training bodybuilders, fitness competitors, and working with dialysis patients as well. So I can, because my goal was, you know, how can I make people on dialysis, people stage 3 to stage 5, healthier? Because I just didn't want to, you know, work with the people who knew how to exercise and everything. I wanted to work with these people in this capacity because that's where I was. And I was like, okay, I want to try something new.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's
And
amazing,
Walt
man.
and Walt didn't believe me, but I knew it was going to happen, like it always does. Because I'm I'm not I'm humble, but I know what I know, and I know how it's going to work. And Walt is the proof of the pudding.
Yep.
Yeah, I tell Tafaro, man, I know, other than running through a wall, what he's going to do, he's going to be parading me around, I don't know, somewhere, I'm on a leash and a collar. He's like, look what I created type thing. And I'm okay with that because this guy, I mean, if it wasn't for him, man, the other trainers that I would talk to, they just didn't have a clue about anything. One guy, was like, well, can't you take a pill for that? I'm like, never mind. Just go, just go, just go.
Right.
And they give you the typical stuff. You need to dig deep. You need to, just reach down. Dude, if it ain't nothing down there, I can't get it. All right. So if you don't understand that,
Right. Right.
so once I, linked up with Tafaro, he knew exactly what I was talking about. I was like, okay, now I'm cooking with gas. So, you
That's
know,
awesome. That's awesome. Man, you've got so many people that have commented and talk about
Right.
support. I
Right.
mean, there's been so many comments flow through here and so many different folks that just love you, Crawford. So,
hey, they my peeps, man. They keep me going. They my peeps, bro. Telling
yeah,
you.
this guy here, he left a comment for you. And I think that one he probably wants you to probably check out for sure. So he must know you pretty well.
Oh yeah, that's my brother, man. He, his mom was on dialysis too, and
Mm.
we would talk about it. And one of the things that I got from Ken was, about like in the center, your caseworker or social worker would tell you, it's okay, if you want to travel, you can reach out to other centers in other states and do that. And I don't want to do that because when I want to go and I want to do it. And so I would ask him about it because, they travel a lot. They go to Florida and different places. And he told me that he realized that, they really wasn't doing that, having his mom travel for her. It was for them. And that just
Mm.
stuck with me. And so that's why I'm like, when I'm ready to go, of course, Ken's gonna be the first dude I roll out with. We got some making up for the old and the new to do. And they might name a tsunami after us or something. That's all I gotta say.
That's awesome,
That's
man.
that's
That's awesome.
cool.
Why don't we talk a little bit about where you're listed at for transplant? Where are
Um,
you listed at?
right now, I'm listed at the University of Illinois,
Okay.
and that's because I tried first here in Ohio, Ohio State University, but the BMI was a big issue. So I did my own research, and I found um, out about University of Illinois how they do the surgery using this Da Vinci robot. So the BMI, the body mass index, wasn't a real big issue. So I've been on the list with them going on a little about 5+ years, and so I've taken my last test last week. Hopefully, my case get presented at the Ohio State University, and I get on that list. And once I do that, then it should be a green light for a number of other hospitals. That's the plan.
Okay. That's
Cool.
awesome. Yeah. It's a good idea, huh, Tafaro, to get on multiple transplant hospitals and lists. It's a good idea, huh?
That is, yes, that's correct. You want to be on as many lists as possible, and especially if if you're in one state, there might be several transplant centers in that state that you can get on that list, and where you can get to them in a good fashion, a good way where you don't have to travel too far. Especially, and if you have the resources, get on as many lists as possible, and stay up to date with those lists also. Talk to them, find out what you got to do to stay on the list. There's a lot of times we see people on the list and they don't keep up the follow ups, and all of a sudden these transplant centers might drop you and you don't even know it. You come back and they're like, we don't have you on the list. Those things happen. So you definitely want to stay on top of your game when you're on those lists. That's very, very important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I try to give everybody an opportunity to talk about what a kidney would do for them and what a donor would do for them and how it would affect and impact their life. And so at this moment, I'd like to give you an opportunity, Crawford, to kind of tell everybody out there what a kidney donor would do for you and how it would impact your life right now.
Well, I think first and foremost, it would just, give me that time that I need to, take care of my close friends. Um, I have about 3 more years to work. That's what I say to retire. But if I do decide to retire, then there's other things that I want to do. I'm right now trying to get involved. I've been talking to the clinical manager at my center to think of some things that I could get involved with as far as volunteer basis. Um, Nothing like a tech or nothing like that, but more on the patient advocacy side of it.
Mhm.
And Tafar has been talking to me about volunteering with the Kidney Foundation after my transplant. So there's a lot of things I want to get involved with. Of course, I'm jumping on with kidney coaches, and we're going to kidney care coaches. We're going to run and make this thing happen. I'm just saying he don't know that yet, but I'm going to be a solid partner. And
All right.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool.
so, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do. A lot of stuff that
I know.
don't say take
I
it
know
for
you want
granted.
to travel. I know you want to get your travel on.
Oh, most definitely. And since you mentioned the travel, I in the last week or so, I kind of like had to like rethinking my retirement because my plan was to, retire in Belize or Mexico. But then I started
Mm.
thinking about all the medication I got to be on. It's like, well, it's some parasites out there that would jump on you and would tear you up. I don't know. It might just be somewhere down south, but I think it's going to be on this side of the water. But I don't know. But yeah, traveling is most definitely. I haven't been anywhere in about 5.5, 6 years. So when I get
Yeah.
ready to go, I'm going.
Yeah, you're due for a big trip, brother, for sure. You due for somewhere big, a lot of
Oh yeah,
water, beautiful sand,
yeah.
Absolutely.
nice food. Just to
I'll
relax
run.
because
Be good.
obviously away
Yep.
from everything.
That
Yeah.
sounds amazing, man. So thanks for sharing your story with us tonight, Crawford. It's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast. And I just want to encourage you to continue to have hope and faith that it's going to happen for you. And I really hope that somebody comes across this podcast. I don't want any glory for it or anything. I feel like all the glory goes to God, but I'm a person of faith, so I believe that way. But if someone comes across this podcast and wants to donate to you, the link will be in the description, and they'll be able to reach out to me. All they have to do is reach out to me or reach out to Faro, and
Yeah.
we can definitely lead them in the right direction. If you have any questions or concerns, you can definitely reach out to us, and we can get you the right information and answer any questions that you may have. So we definitely want to encourage Crawford to continue to be hopeful that this is going to happen for him soon. And I wish you all the luck, my friend.
Hey, I appreciate you, Jonathan. Appreciate you, Tafaro. You guys, you make me feel better. So I appreciate that. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say that, you got a lot of people in your corner and you got a lot of people pulling for you. And you have to know that there's a lot of great things that you're about to do. That's what I want you to know. Your presence is amazing, and your future is going to be even more amazing because you got a lot of work to do, brother. Watch, you're gonna be so shocked when you're gonna be turning when you look around and you're gonna like, man, I didn't know I'll be right here. Like sometimes I trip out, like I don't even, wow, I'm doing podcasts while I'm working with patients. I'm doing this, and that's you're gonna be doing the same thing with a big grin on your face, like loving life, man. So keep up the good work, man. I'm proud of you. And Jonathan, thank you so much also, man, for hosting this. We appreciate you.
Anytime, man. Anytime. And I really appreciate you calling me up, and I'm honored that you think so much of what I'm doing to help out people, and I appreciate you calling me. So thanks for hooking me up with Crawford. I've
Yeah,
made a new friend, and he sounds like he's a
yeah.
really good one because look at all the people that are here for him
Okay,
tonight.
right.
That
Nothing
speaks
but love,
volume.
man. Yes,
Yeah,
nothing
it
but
does.
love.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to Farrell to talk a little bit about before we close off kidney care coaches and what exactly you do with
Okay.
patients.
So again, what we do is we coach people. We're what we call your accountability coach. Unfortunately, sometimes you can't see your doctor a lot. Sometimes patients I talk to or people I talk to, they say, "Well, I can next time I see my doctor is in 2 months," something like that. So what we do is we are your considerable your health coach, accountability coach. We coach people with stage 3 to stage 5 kidney disease, whether you are on dialysis or if you have a transplant. We work with people in the confines of with Zoom calls, and we work with their nutrition, we work with their medication, and we also help them with their exercise, customized stuff for them, just for them. And that's what we do. We love it. We like working with people who are on dialysis, making them healthy enough to get on the transplant list and get transplant, not just stay on the list. But our goal is to get you across the line so you can receive a kidney, not just staying on the list. That's not our goal. Our goal is see you on the other side where you got your transplant and you're doing good things for yourself or your family or whoever you want to. But again, our number is, you can hit us up at www.kidneycarecoaches.com. We'd love to talk to you. We have free consultants. We'll consult with you and talk to you about what's going on with your kidneys and build you and design you a custom plan just for you so you can be that person. You get you right back to where you want to be. So that's what we do. Thank you.
That's awesome, and you've already got a spokesmodel in Crawford, so he's ready to do a
Right.
full blown. He's ready
Oh,
to do a commercial. He's ready to do a full blown commercial for you.
hey, you just call me Flavor Flav. I'll be your hype man, all day long. Okay.
Thank you, brother. We
Oh,
appreciate
that's
it.
awesome.
Anybody out there who's on dialysis and they need to talk to somebody like myself who's experienced dialysis for over a decade, I understand dialysis well. I did peritoneal dialysis for 6.5 years. I did hemodialysis for 5.5 years. I've had 2 transplants. I've had over 32 surgeries. They've done documentaries on me. I understand about fistulas. I'm writing a book right now. It's almost done. It's called The 10 Dialysis Commandments. That book will be out here shortly. So hit me up, man, if you want to talk, if you want some information on how to get better while you're on dialysis, or if you're in stage 3 or 4 and you want to get back to the next stage and reverse kidney disease. I may be able to help you with that also.
That's awesome, man. Is there anything you're not doing? I mean, you're writing books, podcasts, working out, helping patients. I mean, come on, man. You're like a Superman, superhero right now.
I'm trying to be like Crawford, man. I just want to do it all. Hey,
Hey,
God put me here. I'm gonna try to do the most I can.
hey,
Like
I'm
you guys,
telling you,
both
man,
you
as soon
guys.
as I'm off the podcast, I'm going to run through a wall. I'm trying to tell you, that's just how it have you feeling, man.
Oh, man. This has been an awesome podcast, man. I've really had a good time. We've had a lot of laughs and stuff, and I really appreciate you coming on. It's always an honor to share another kidney warrior story, and incredible stuff, man.
I appreciate you.
I'm actually inspired by you, Crawford. Believe it or
Uh,
not.
I am too. I am too. It makes me
And,
want to work harder for what I got to do.
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
we all just inspired then. Okay, like all right, that's
That's
cool.
it.
I think
That's
I'm going to
it.
hit the gym a little extra hard tonight because I'm inspired by Crawford Wall.
Yeah, let me say something to you. Everybody out there, you all can work out. Crawford's working out, and we see, he's doing his thing. So that just inspires everybody that go for a walk. Go for a small run. Pick up a little couple dumbbells. We're not telling you to go crazy, but just move your body. Move your body. You'll be surprised how much it'll help you, and your body will thank you for it.
Absolutely, it's not only good for the physical side of things, but the mental. It really helps with
Hmm.
the mental aspect. And I tell you, it clears your mind. You're having a bad day, or maybe you're dealing with some anxiety or depression. Go for a walk, or start working out, or do some form of exercise. I'm telling you, it just changes your whole mindset. At least that's my personal experience with it. So,
Me too. Right.
so. Well, again, I really appreciate everybody's support tonight. It's been incredible. I mean, you've had a whole lot of people. I wish I could name everybody, but you've had nothing but comments throughout the whole show. So it's been an
Right.
incredible podcast and an outpouring of love for Mr. Crawford Wall. Again, if you're interested at all, want to be a potential donor, you want to test for Crawford Wall, the link and all the information will be in the description, or you can just definitely reach out to me or to Faro, or you can reach out to Crawford as well. He's Crawford Wall. I don't know if he wants everybody to friend request him on Facebook or not, but you can reach out. I know he's on Facebook.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
He's so
so,
modest, man.
thanks again, guys, for tuning in to Hope with Jonathan. We're going to go ahead and sign off. Anybody want to leave a shout out before we sign off on the show? I'll let Crawford go first.
Just shout out to my support team, all my friends, all my loved ones, and the staff at American Renal Association. They keeping me alive. So big ups to them.
To Farrell, you got anybody you want to say anything
Yeah, I
to?
want to say Teresa. Yeah, Teresa Dobbins was on here, man. She was one of my nurses when I was on dialysis, and she supported me all the way through, man. She used to send my blood to John Hopkins University for me and everything, where I had my transplant. So I got a shout out to Teresa, Lisa. I saw you putting in a lot of love for Crawford, so big ups to you. Big ups to everybody out there, and I also want to appreciate my wife and my family. Thank you so much for supporting me and things I do.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, y'all stay safe out there. Remember, take care of your kidneys. God bless. This is Jonathan.
Peace.